What's up guys, GGFOREX here. It's 2024. I haven't made a video in time, alright? I'm sorry, I just needed, you know what, I thought, YouTube, just give it a rest right now. Focus on the students, focus on trading, just do you. Come back in the new year refreshed, ready to go and kick ass. So, I asked people on Instagram, the link for that is down below by the way. What are you struggling with? So I want to help as many of you get through 2024, get your goals achieved by 2024 or during 2024, or at least get you on the right path to achieve the goals that you want to achieve. That may be something simple. That may be just, I don't know, passing a prop firm. Doesn't mean getting a huge payout. Just means that you are more consistent. You may have to make phase 1, phase 2, then a small payout. Doesn't have to be huge. Doesn't have to be in a huge account, but it's such a big step in your trading journey. That's what I want to do in 2024. That's what I want to do on this channel, is to help you take the next step, take the baby steps that add up to big leaps in a year or two. Trading isn't going to be like overnight success. It's going to be challenges, it's going to be hurdles, it's going to be the hardest thing you ever do, and especially fitting that into a normal lifestyle with family and stuff makes things way more complicated. So one of you guys asked, I'll put up a screenshot of the question as well, is how do I trade with a 9 to 5 job? Now it's very tricky, it's not easy. I've done this. It's one of them things of, one, it depends on your age and responsibilities. If you're older, you have a house, you have a family, it's going to be 10 times harder for you to be successful at trading than it is for a student who doesn't have a family, who doesn't have a 9 to 5. They can sort of watch trading videos in their lectures. They can trade or not turn up to their lectures and there's no consequences. Like, you can't just not turn up to your job because you're going to get fired. You get fired, you're not going to be able to make money, and then you're going to lose your house and your kids and wife are going to hate you and all that stuff. So it's not as easy for you guys who have responsibilities. So I'm going to start with you. It depends on the job you have. If you have a driving job, you can't trade, can you? Let's be honest. So you're down to certain sessions. Now you need to pick a strategy that allows you to trade those sessions successfully. So what I mean is, you have two options. You're either going to trade scalping style. So before you start your shift, maybe before even London opens, let's say you start 8 o'clock in the morning, UK time. So I'm talking for people in the UK, because I do feel like the UK have it harder than anyone else who has a job. Now I know a lot of people prefer to trade London open, but when you work a 9 till 5 or 8 till 6 in most cases in the UK, you work through the whole of London. So you don't get to trade the best session until you've already got successful at trading to quit your job to then trade full time. I was jealous of the Americans who used to be able to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, trade London Open, then carry on with their day. Like, I actually wanted that. Like, I was jealous of them, all right? So there's certain ways you can do it. You could either scalp and trade pre-London. So let's say you've only got an hour of the day. You can maybe come up with a strategy that you've noticed during that hour of the day, that slot, because you don't have any choice. You don't have the luxury. You may be able to trade Frankfurt Open, which is at 7 a.m. till 8 a.m., but most of you are probably going to have a commute, right? So you're going to have to trade Asian session, or you're going to have, so scalp Asian session, or you're going to have to trade the daily time frame or 4-hour time frame. Probably the daily if you have zero choice of whether you can trade at work. So it depends. If you're an estate agent and you're wandering around, you can just pop in somewhere, check your phone, check the trades at maybe 2 p.m. in the afternoon and just see where that candle closed in a 4-hour time frame. That might be something you can do. But if you're in an office environment where everyone's looking at your screen and your boss is on your ass and there's really no chance in hell that you could even sneak away to even place a trade, it's going to be very difficult. So again, it's either trade scalping before during Asian, or you're trading the daily, weekly time frame where you're going to need a lot more patience to let trades play out. There's no simple way to put this. I feel like a lot of people bring this up, but they don't actually describe it in a realistic way. So you see people who teach strategies on YouTube, but they have zero application to normal people in normal situations. So if you're, again, super busy with a 9 till 5, you come home, you have a family to deal with, there's other things going on in your life that you have to deal with. You can't just ignore them. You have responsibilities. This is going to be very difficult for you. I'm not going to fluff it. It is what it is. So you either have to wake up really early in the morning, scalp Asian, or trade the daily. If you're in America, you kind of got it slightly easier. I'm not going to get criticized in the comments about that statement, but it kind of is true. You can just wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Yes, your sleeping pattern is going to be out of whack. Definitely. But at least you have an option to trade a session that has high volume in it, and then go to work and do your normal thing. So you can't trade New York Open because that's when you're at work. That's when you have to be locked into your job because that is your responsibility. That's what you're getting paid to do. You're getting paid to work for them. So your time should be for them. I didn't do the same thing, but that's the past, all right? Don't go by what I'm saying, okay? I'll get you in trouble if you did what I did. So we'll just leave that in the past, right? So again, 2 options. Wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, trade London, how you would normally trade. You can be slightly higher time frames, but you sacrifice sleep. Maybe you're with the other half. She gets really annoyed with you because you're waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning and you're disturbing her sleep. So she's angry at you. You're now doing a almost 17-hour day, potentially, rather than a normal 8-hour day. I don't know. It depends on your situation and when you have to commute, get to work, do your shift, how hard your shift is, because you're a construction worker. You're on your feet 24 hours or 12 hours a day, working hard, and then you want to come back, do family stuff. The last thing you want to do is wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning again to try and trade when you're exhausted. So at the end of the day, it's not easy, but you have 2 options. Scalp before London, if you're from the UK, by the way. Scalp before or trade the daily. If you're in America, you're going to have to wake up really early or you're going to have to trade the daily. That's kind of it. So when you see these strategies of people trading a 5-minute, let's say, oh, it's broke structure in 15, just retrace back there. I'm going to wait for confirmation on the 5-minute, the 1 minute. That's fantastic if you have the time. That's amazing if no one's looking over your shoulder, expect you to be getting on the sign house and you're like doing this, trying to do it sneakily or trying to put it on your phone, rushing, pressing the wrong numbers in on MT4, and then you put the wrong lot sizes in, and then before you know it, you've over-risked on your funded account, and then you've blown it because you're rushing, putting numbers in, doing something you shouldn't have been doing in the first place. So you don't want to be in that situation at all. So as I keep saying, it's never an easy choice. It sucks. If you could, and you do have the luxury of choosing what type of job you do, choose a job around your trading. If you know you like trading London Open, so if you're from the UK and you like trading London Open, you can kind of look for a job that you don't necessarily start in the morning. You can maybe work nights, but then nights will screw you up in the long run. So maybe that's not an ideal situation. Maybe you can try and work shift patterns. So maybe you do 4 on, 4 off. Yes, you're not going to be able to trade every day. However, there'll be more trading days in a week than you would be able to do Monday to Friday and have the weekends off. That is another option. But again, it all depends on the money. What responsibilities have you got? Who have you got to pay for? What have you got to pay for? If you've got a family of 5 to feed, you can't take a job that doesn't pay enough in the first place. So again, it all comes down to personal situations and how you need to adapt it. But if you know you've got a strategy that you're crushing with and the only thing that's in the way is your work, that's where, if you have the luxury, make the move, make the tweak, maybe trade differently, or you're going to have to move jobs in order to trade how you want to trade. It's very difficult. There is a third option for both parties in the UK side of things and the US side of things, is you can trade crypto because crypto doesn't close. It's open 24/7. However, it's a different ball game. It relies heavily on hype. It's very volatile. It's not as smooth as maybe euro dollar or GU or whatever. It's very different. But if you can home in, if you can put the hours in, if you can see and just master, let's say Bitcoin and Ethereum, that's it. Just master those 2 or just one of them. Then you do your 9 till 5, Monday to Friday. And then afterwards, on the weekends, yes, you have to sacrifice some family time, but there's going to be some sacrifice in this somewhere. It ain't going to come for free. And at the start, it's going to cost you loads of money. It's going to cost you a load of time. And it's going to be very painful for the first 3 years anyway. You can trade crypto because crypto will not stop. You can say, okay, I'm trading Saturday and Sunday between this time, and that's it. If I get a setup, great. If I don't, I don't. That is your third and final option. So hopefully this video has helped you. Hopefully it's made sense. If it has, let me know in the comment box down below. And if you are in a situation and you have found a way out of it, definitely share that in the group. Again, in the comments down below, because anything you guys will say, what you get through can help other people get to that next step. As I said, from 2024, I want to be able to help as many people take those little baby steps to then have a big difference at the end of 2024. I want there to be a noticeable difference from point A to point B. But anyway, guys, if you liked it, I'm back. I will be doing weekly videos again. I know I keep saying that and breaking my promises, but this year's different. All right, I'm going to take my thumb out my ass and get on with it. Love you all. My information, if you want it, down below. I'll see you next time.